Hi everyone. This is part 2 of the opening ceremonies of Arkham IRONMAN 2020, the Undone Fun Run. I'm Sean. That's Justin. That's Ian. Over here is Scott's disembodied hands. And we're about to do the drawing of the weaknesses to get the campaign officially started.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm nervous.
Gird your loins.
I'm producing a lot of stomach acid right now, I think.
All right. So I'll explain this because it's going to be a little different than years gone by. So I have all the weaknesses here. And so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to kind of do like a really bad tarot reading. I'm going to use the Celtic Cross. And what that pattern is 2 cards in the middle like this. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 off to the side down here. And so what's going to happen is I am going to say what team I'm drawing for. And initially we're going to flip over weakness in the middle, and we're going to make up a little thing like, oh, your team was quite overzealous. But somehow your obsessiveness stopped that. And these 2 weaknesses are not going to be drawn. So these are just telling a bit of a story, kind of like, like in poker when they burn the top 2 cards off the deck. Then it's going to be player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. We'll give the people who are live in chat, we'll give them a second if they want to, what do you call it? So they have to shout in chat, all caps, I am a coward and I reject my fate. Then they do not get that weakness. They get player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So excited / scared.
Yeah. So these 2 kind of give you advanced knowledge. So like if you're really scared of overzealous, but you see an overzealous here, there's only 1 left in here because I think there's 2 overzealous.
I believe so.
And Scott, one technical question has come up. Are you assigning the positions like player 1, 2, 3, 4, this is yours, or does the team get to disperse them as they will?
I will be naming names.
Oh, shit, names?
Yeah, because everyone signed up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So we'll do ours first, which I think is going to be really fun. Let me just get my spreadsheet up here. And Ian, I'm going to verbalize everything so you can write down stuff.
We've got someone in the chat asking if they forgot their team name.
I'll be saying the names.
Right, but if they forgot which one they chose,
I'll be saying the player names as well.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah. So whatever you signed in as. So
pay attention for your real names.
Where's Discord? There we go. So just so I can see my hand. Okay. Mythos Busters, are you ready?
No.
So Mythos Busters.
Oh.
We have some dendromorphosis, but we are saved by our recklessness.
That tracks.
I need to see the spreadsheet. 1 sec.
You did cover the procedure if you don't like your weakness, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to announce in chat. I got to move my mic to see this. There we go. Announce in chat that you are a coward and you reject your fate. For Scott. Self-destructive.
Okay.
Min has become quite self-destructive, though not towards her books. For Sean, Patrice.
Oof. What is it?
Oh, you've been maybe helping Min keep her book collection, but it's cost you a bit. You're indebted.
Oh.
Tony. I mean, your evil ways has called a stubborn detective upon you.
That tracks.
And Justin, I mean, you're playing Agnes. You've got some hauntings. So you are haunted.
Wait, did you just draw indebted, or was that the packed one, the price to pay one?
Indebted.
Holy fuck! Jackpot!
So
Jackpot!
lucky.
I rolled a d20. Fucking crit, baby.
So I am going to keep self-destructive because I'm not doing any damage to enemies. Sean, are you going to keep indebted?
I mean, how could I not? It's Patrice.
Okay.
I couldn't hand pick a better weakness. I was ready to reject my fate when I thought it was the packed one, though.
Oh, yeah. Ian, you have stubborn detective.
Yeah, I'm keeping him. I'm gonna stab him so many times tomorrow.
Justin, you're haunted. -1 to each of your skills, and it's a double action to get rid of it.
That
one's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna keep it.
It's not doomed or whatever the things are. So
yeah.
So if I had,
I don't want to roll the dice.
If I had rejected my fate, I would have gotten paranoia. Sean, you would have gotten amnesia.
Well,
that would have been okay.
And Patrice, it's one turn.
Ian, you would have gotten internal injury, and Justin, you would have got dread curse. The 4 evil tokens.
All right. Ooh, okay, yes. Damn. Oh. Okay. All right, no longer nervous. Holy shit. Indebted. I will play all weekend with Indebted.
So you know what? You are going to now. So Ian, we're going to skip down to the sword streamers, the yellow one.
Yep.
Necessity. I know you're in chat there. So we're going to do necessity, and then I'll just say the team name afterwards. That's on deck, so you're aware. Morton, you're up next. Or sorry, Morton and Mr. Tiger or something. Okay, so Necessity's team with Sword, Hatet, Gabe, I guess. You guys were a bit overzealous, but you were saved by running through those gates so overzealously. That's actually too really to get rid of. Necessity, you started to grow some hands, some forest hands.
Plants!
But Sword tried to save you, but he forgot what to do because he got amnesia. Hatet is now wondering what to do with his team. And he's kind of thinking of just killing them all because he's got bloodthirst. Let's speak a little bloodthirst. And Gabe decides to run, still charging, through the gates. And then I'll do the 4 on the side there. Necessity. I believe you're still in the chat, I hope. Let me just check.
The bare necessities.
The good old bare necessities. He is not, so he's logged off. So what I'm going to do, we're going to post this on YouTube, and I'm going to have timestamps and stuff. So right now, Sword streamers, choose whether you want to reject your fate or not. I'm going to wait a couple seconds so you can pause the video, and then I'm going to flip over your coward. So, all right, you got enough time. Necessity, if you're a coward, you gain an internal injury. Sword, if you're a coward, you get kleptomania. Hatet, if you're a coward, you are hypochondria. And Gabe, if you're a coward, you get paranoia.
Boy, I'm waiting for one of those coward cards to be doomed.
Oh yeah.
There's some schadenfreude that goes with the drawing of the weaknesses for sure.
So Ian, you got those on the coward side?
Yep.
Okay. If I'm going too fast, just tell me to slow down.
Okay.
So I'm going with Mortendal and Mr. Tiger next. And the team after that will be the Lodge Dodgers. After Mortendal, I'm just going straight down the list. There, Ian.
Okay.
So, Mortendal and Mr. Tiger. I saw a picture of his friend, Mr. Tiger. He must have just eaten because he was quite stuffed. All right.
Wow.
So, Morton, your team.
Scott's working on his tight 5 for next Arkham Knights.
You were in a normal tarot reading and you saw the tower, but you were saved by a mob enforcer who busted in and I guess saved the world or something. Morton, you have a bit of a 13th vision after your tarot reading, and your friend Mr. Tiger is a bit of a hypochondriac. So for 2 or less, or for less than 4, I'll just do the same thing, but it'll be 1 and 2. So Morton, are you or Mr. Tiger a coward? Those are fine. He accepts. Okay, if you were a coward, you would have gotten chronophobia and stubborn detective. So no need to write those ones down, Ian.
Okay.
If he got the ones that he took.
El Tigre is insulted by that notion, apparently.
Yeah. So I don't think
I'm always fine with 13th vision until I actually have to play with it.
Yeah. Well, it's like Haunted, but worse, right?
Yeah.
Like
In
'Cause-
multiplayer, definitely worse when you drag everyone down.
Well, and you can't do the zero shroud like with a flashlight because ties fail, right? Whereas haunted, it doesn't matter. Okay,
Mom's
Lodge
sweaty.
Dodgers.
Mom's spaghetti.
Lodge Dodgers, Jesse and Thelius. This is yours, Theophilius.
Mhm.
And the next team up is Which is Gonna Witch. You're on deck.
Oh,
So
witches
Lodge
switch
Dodgers.
swatches.
there's some really good team names in here. All right,
Lodge Dodgers.
Lodge Dodgers. You had a bit of nihilism in your team, but you were saved by your overzealousness. Jesse, you found yourself with an internal injury. And Theophilius tried to help you out, but the day of reckoning came,
Uh-oh.
and I don't think he was able to.
Wait,
Day of Reckoning.
is Day of Reckoning the one that branches from Doomed?
Attach a Day of Reckoning to the current agenda, then search the Chaos Bag for the Elder Sign and steal it there.
What is that from?
That is from Innsmouth, I think. What's the
Oh.
2 circles?
Yeah, okay, Days Infinite. That's why I
It's
barely
from
know it.
Innsmouth. Yep. Brand new.
Jesse accepts his fate. Theophilius, are you in chat? Jesse is your partner here.
Mhm.
It does not appear so.
The cowboy, I accept my.
Okay. Guisan.
West is the
I'm a cowboy and I accept my fate. Awesome. So, Jesse, if you were a coward, you would have got chronophobia. Theophilius, you would have gotten mob enforcer. But you didn't. So,
Well done, boys.
you haven't had any.
Well done.
No cowards yet.
I was
Just wait till
real
that Doom
close.
gets strong. Doomed makes cowards of us all.
Yeah. Well, I guess we don't know the sword team because they weren't here. But okay, next up is Which is Gonna Witch,
Mhm.
and the team on deck is WAP for wireless access port or Witch Arresting Posse.
Mm-hmm. Those
All
are
right.
the meanings.
Those are the only
Yeah.
things that those stand for.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's nothing else. So Which is Gonna Witch? This is Delarp guy, Mr. Trench, Justin and Mike. I'm not sure. I know that they're on Discord. I just forget who's which. But Which is Gonna Witch? Your team had a Silver Twilight acolyte following them, but you were able to defeat it with your curiosity somehow. I guess curiosity did not kill the cat that time. Josh, Delarp guy, you have a bit of narcolepsy. Casey actually tried to go wake you up, but he went and did a tarot reading first and got the tower. Justin also tried to help out, but he was having a bit of a 13th vision, very, very occult thing here. Almost like a dream eater's more so. And Mike, you just got an internal injury. You're in the hospital, man. You can't help any of your
Just
team.
randomly starts bleeding. Ah,
just-
guys!
Stigmata.
Okay,
No, that's
so
external bleeding.
Mr. Trench says, fuck off. Pisces, yes, you can have 2. Yep.
Hope you're not lead.
All right, guys. 2 towers deck. Mike really accepts, so that's internal injury. Casey,
Casey says fuck off, which we're not. Alright, there we go.
okay, Casey, you have to say I'm a coward and I reject my fate.
No, he also then said fucking bring it, so he's fine.
Oh, okay.
He's had a
Who
moment
are
of
we waiting
anger,
for?
which I completely understand.
And Justin. Is Justin in the chat? I don't think he is. What's his screen name? Your buddy.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember.
Well,
Oz
anyways.
Sleuth.
Yeah.
I'm not quite.
Okay.
I'm never quite sure how to pronounce it, but yeah.
Fair enough. Josh, if you had rejected your fate, you would have got offer you can't refuse. Whew. Casey, you would have gotten indebted.
Oh,
That
sorry,
might have been
Casey.
better. Yeah.
Could have been the
Justin?
Poor Brothers.
Justin, if you are a coward, you get a cursed follower. And then Mike, you would have gotten amnesia. Ooh. I like internal injury better than amnesia. So for Justin, we just have to remember, you guys, if Casey or Josh, you want to tell him, or Mike, a cursed follower, if he chooses not to take whatever I gave him.
Yeah, Cursed Follower is from Innsmouth. That one I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I understood that reference.
That guy, I mean, he can be, depending on the size of the map, he could be bad, good,
Mm-hmm.
something. All right, Witch Arresting Posse, Chris Maka, Chris, Eddie, and Jeff. You are up next. And the team after that is going to be Big Winnin', which is Twisted Tentacle in, Nate, Lost in Time and Space, and Big Stupid Grin. So for Witch Arresting Posse, your party was a bit indebted, but you were able to get out of money trouble by being quite overzealous.
We just hit both sides of the spectrum on that one.
Yeah. Chris Maka, you had a Silver Twilight Acolyte following you.
Oh, thematic AF.
Yeah. But
that
Chris,
shit.
I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. Sorry, man. No, I'm not going to try it. Chris, you trying to go to help him, but a stubborn detective sticks with you. Oof.
Enemy time.
Yeah. Eddie, you go charging through the gates to help your friends, but it's not a very good idea. And Jeff comes in with your worst nightmare.
Ooh, all the enemies.
Oh.
I hope you guys are heavy on killers.
Okay. Shuffle better. I think this is like some of the first ones we've seen.
Yeah.
But all right.
Medium-sized
You know what?
oof.
Reject the non-enemy.
All
So
in.
Chris loves it. I'm not seeing anyone say I'm a coward and I reject my fate. So, okay, I'll just show you guys just in case. So Chris M, if you had rejected, you would have gotten Narcolepsy. Chris U, you would have gotten Dread Curse, which is the new one from Innsmouth that add 5 curses. Who's next? Eddie, you would have gotten Curiosity, Unspeak Loath, and Dark Pact for Jeff if you had rejected your fate.
How do you guys feel
All
about
right.
the Dark Pact hip shot card review? I've never found it to be terrible.
Dark Pact,
It's just a matter of being able to soak the damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, depends who you are, I guess.
I like it though.
But-
It's a good weakness. It adds some tension,
Mhm.
but it's not crazy hard to play around.
Yeah, I like those kind of side questy weaknesses.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. Except I like the idea of Doomed, but I just don't like playing with it, quite honestly. But
The prospect of bringing in like a level 5 investigator to the last 2 scenarios of a campaign is a little bit. Well, it gives me pause.
yeah. Okay, so the team up now is Big Winnin', and the next team up is Captain Squally, Team Joey D, and he's just a solo. So you're up next. But Big Winnin', your team had a Dark Pact.
Yeah.
But they were able to cast it on the thing that follows, I guess, and kill him, so it didn't follow them anymore, actually.
Save. Good save.
Twist Tentacle in. Your in is a bit of financial issues here. You're indebted. Nate, you're lost in time and space. You're trying to help a friend, but you've got so much paranoia. You have no money to help your friend. And Big Stupid Grin, you have a Silver Twilight Acolyte who is coming to, I guess, grab the money that you guys owe. Big Stupid Grin, he's taking it.
Seems solid.
I don't know
clutch.
if Nate or the others are in there.
We assume Nate would be a coward.
I don't think so. I don't know what he's playing. He's playing. Okay, so Nate's playing Trish Scarborough, and Twisted Tentacle, and he's playing Father Mateo. Yeah. So if you guys want to, I don't think you guys are in chat, but I'll reveal your coward weaknesses now. Twisted Tentacle in Vase, you would get through the gates instead of indebted, and Nate, you would get amnesia instead of paranoia. Oof. And then Big Stupid Grin, if you were a chicken, you would have gotten indebted as well.
Indebted come up a lot.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah, no one's cowarded yet, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And we had like what 2 cowards at Arkham Knights last year.
Well, I was one.
Yeah, I was
Say
counting you.
not counting Mythos Busters.
Yeah, I think there was only 2 cowards. Yeah, 3 cowards, including myself. And I really shouldn't have cowarded. Like, it was stupid of me. It was a knee-jerk reaction. It was one of the unspeakable oaths.
No, but it was the one that like requires you to defeat an enemy in excess of its health, and you were playing Complete Clue Ursula. So
No, that was the one I ended up getting. It was the
Oh.
evade one that's already exhausted. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Never mind.
And then I got the bloodthirst. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just losing a bunch.
I agree with your assessment. That was dumb.
Yeah. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like it, and then I was like, oh no.
With the ass glasses of 2020 hindsight.
Joey D, you are up. That's Captain Squally. And the team on deck is the Pioneers of Dagon, the pod. That's Brother Zagan. All right, Team Joey D playing solo. You had a bit of unspeakable oath of curiosity. You were a bit too curious, but a dread curse broke you of that curiosity. However, you seem to have forgotten the whole thing, because now you have amnesia. I'm not going to deal with whatever. Keep doing it. So, Captain Squally, do you want amnesia or you are coward? Fate accepted. Okay, what would you have gotten? Hypochondria. Right. I see Brother Zagan in the chat. You are up next. Team on deck is the Bumble Buddies. That is Doma, and I believe his wife and a friend of theirs. Molly and Julia.
Fun.
He said, "Yeah."
So chat was asking, "What's our plan if our investigators die in scenario 2?" And our plan is we don't have one.
Yeah.
No,
because isn't the campaign over?
I think our plan is speed build on stream, a replacement.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I think you get to pick investigators to replace, if I remember right.
I thought it's just a full-on kill. Anyways,
it's similar to how we'd handle Fate of All Fools. Just deal with it when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, POD, Payable on Death, old Christian band.
Yeah, they are. They are. I didn't want to admit it. My knee jerk was not to admit it, but they totally are.
My wife is in chat asking if this is a tarot reading. Yes. Will you see your husband this weekend? No. What do the cards say about that? Well, let's see. It's your worst nightmare.
Does it count if you're seeing his hands right now?
So, Brother Zagon, you have a bit of a problem with your worst nightmare, but a tarot reading actually saves you from that. However, you are cursed with a curse of narcolepsy. Oh wait, you are playing solo.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have a dread curse. So, let me just get rid of narcolepsy there.
I think Mateo can balance out those curses, right?
Morton Doll, I'm impressed with how good you are at bullshitting, Scott. You haven't even seen the half of it, Morton. So, Brother Zagon, you keeping it? You want your dread curse? He's playing Father Mateo. I accept my fate. All right. If you had not, you've gotten paranoia, which is
how many tokens?
Not great.
Five curse tokens. Ugh. God, in solo, where you're all taking the brunt of all of that. That's rough.
Yeah.
Hang around for a while.
I mean, it is one and done. And if you're like Father Mateo and you've got like your willpower up to like 7, you know what I mean? Like if you have all your eggs in one basket, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So up now
in there.
Up now is the Bumble Buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And then on deck is less than optimal plays. All right. So Bumble Buddies, Jonathan, Doma, Molly, and Julia. Your team has a thing following them, but they were able to get rid of it with their nihilism. Just
you don't exist. You don't matter.
Nah. It's fine. Doma, you are cursed with a bit of a bloodthirst. Molly tries to help you get through your bloodthirst, but she just keeps on taking your things. She tries to coach you out, and she's just grabbing your wallet from your pocket. Julia, you're paranoid of your whole team, so you don't even want to help either of them. So I think Doma is going to answer for his whole... Yeah, answering on behalf of all 3. On deck equals next to get wrecked. Doma accepts all 3. So Doma, if you were a coward, you would have gotten overzealous. If Molly was a coward, she would have gotten the tower. If Julie was a coward, I'm not going to pronounce that one. Atichophobia?
Sure. That's the one that's like fear of failure, right?
I think so. And that's Stella's? I think. Stella's basic weakness?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
All right, let me just scroll down here a bit. So,
Ichikophobia, apparently.
Ichikophobia.
Ichikophobia. Someone was kind enough to put phonetics in the chat for us.
Nice. Sojourn, yeah, still no doomed and no.
It's waiting. It's waiting to be someone's like second choice that they can't coward out of.
Now, just as a I don't know, point of interest, there's 47 basic weaknesses now. Like, this is a deck of 47 cards. And there's one doomed and one of the price you can't. What's the money one?
Offer you can't refuse.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay. So less than optimal plays. This is Kyle and Ian. I'm not sure if they're in the chat, but next up team is going to be Solo Brownlow, which is Brownloaf, but he's not on. Less than optimal play. You're cursed with a bit of cowardice, which, I mean, seeing your streams, I completely understand it. But you're seeming to get over it with your paranoia. Somehow.
Godspeed, boys. Here we go. I'm pulling.
Kyle, you have a certain internal injury that you just can't shake. Ian tries to help you, but he forgets how because he has amnesia. I was a doctor.
Is anyone a doctor? Oh, it's me.
Okay, so Kyle, you're internal. Ian, you're amnesia.
Oh, Ian accepts. Okay.
Kyle. Okay. Kyle, if you were a coward, you would have gotten haunted. Ian, you would have gotten chronophobia.
Fun stuff.
Wow, no one's rejected their.
There's not been any like killers so far.
The thing is, like, I don't think there's too many, depending on who you're playing.
Right, it's so dependent.
Yeah, and I think, like, if you're playing a Hydra, like, if you're Patrice and you've doomed, well, you might as well just cancel your campaign.
I was afraid of having to do that, essentially.
Yeah.
But, I got the opposite, so no complaints here.
All right, so this is going to be Brownloaf right now, and I'm just going to give a break for him when I come to this side because he is not on, because he's in the UK, I believe. And then on deck, Fillion, Group 2. Team name, Group 2.
That's right.
All right. Solo Brownlow, your team is cursed with a bit of amnesia, forget what they're doing, but they're able to overcome it by just going into debt and paying people to do their things for them.
They paid for a therapist.
Yeah. However, you go charging through the gates. Choose if you're going to be a coward. I'll give you a couple seconds to pause the video. And we're going to see. Morton Dahl, being in the UK is no excuse. Yeah, I know. Here, Morton, I think you're like an hour or two later. All right, Brownloaf, if you're a coward, you get... No, that's narcolepsy. You get an internal injury.
Fun.
It's funny, narcolepsy has come up twice for solo players. Being in the UK is an automatic cowardice, right? No, I do not believe that is correct in chat.
We can blame Nathan Fillion for what? Oh, for us assuming that it's pronounced Fillion. Gotcha. Yep.
Oh, Philion. Yes. Sorry, Philion. You know what? He actually... Yeah, he pointed that out to me one time earlier. Sorry.
Sojourn, I almost went there. But I don't want to disenfranchise any solo players. So. I try to keep it under my hat when I can.
Don't encourage him.
Apparently I'm lucky I'm cute. All right. Group 2, which is Philion. And up next after that is Section 9, Team Section 9, which is Thoth.
From outer space.
It is. Group 2, you have a bit of an issue being obsessive, but you're able to overcome it by going into debt, so I guess therapy as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is for Phileon's left hand playing Trish. Trish grows some plant arms, which is not really good if you're trying to like sneak around and be a spy.
Plants!
Now, Phileon's right hand playing Agnes tries to help him, but she's just scared of the time. She doesn't have time. She's got some chronophobia.
It's actually not a terrible weakness for Agnes. Like, you could get a
Yeah.
sneaky
Actually-
damage ping if you want.
Yeah, that's tempted to clear the Dendro. Hey, I mean, I don't blame you if you do. I imagine him because he's playing two-handed.
Mhm.
That he's like his two hands are like talking to each other like puppets. You'll accept your fate for both. Okay, so if you were a coward, you would have gotten Haunted, which I think is actually better than Dendromorphosis. And then Chronophobia, if you'd done that one, it would have been Klepto.
Oh.
All right. There's 32 teams that signed up for this.
And
Plus,
we-
I'm doing a random 6 at the end for anyone who just wants, who didn't sign
Sure,
up.
who couldn't
so.
attend.
So right now we're going to be doing section 9, which is Thoth. Is that a reference to Azathoth? And on deck,
I think it's an Egyptian god, if I'm remembering correctly.
okay. Do you demand to see Doomed in the deck?
Let's get an independent audit going here.
Yeah. I forget what Doomed looks like.
It's like a red sky, isn't it?
I've only tried.
Doomed. There you go.
Oh no,
once
it's definitely
in one
just another
campaign.
There's Doomed.
piece of paper with writing on it.
Yep. Looks like Indebted for sure. Egyptian god. Okay. So, section 9, you have a bit of an issue with your worst nightmare, but you're able to overcome it by just charging through the gates. However, you are inflicted with a terrible curse of a stubborn detective. He's coming for you, man. Maybe he is your worst nightmare.
Hmm.
I guess it depends on what Thoth is playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know what the investigator is?
We don't. Maybe he can inform us, because that makes a...
Yeah, Balzo says soon
He
we're gonna have
accepts
the.
his fate.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Balzo says we're soon gonna have that moment where someone sees Doomed but thinks it's Indebted, which is the opposite of what I did. And yeah, it's a much darker ending to that particular tale.
Thoth, you would have had paranoia if you had rejected your fate or been a coward. All right, next team, Bun in the Coven.
Oh, everyone go vote for Thoth. And give him the worst investigator for the would he go with the detective?
Stubborn detective, yeah.
Oh, give him Amanda.
All right, so Bun in the Coven, you're up. On deck is Mystics for Sanford 2020.
It's okay.
That is amazing. I hadn't heard that one yet.
All right, so Bun in the Coven is Ben and Yote. Bun in the Coven, you have a little bit of an issue
Every time he says it.
repeatedly drawing the sign, but you just charged. Man, Through the Gates is coming up like just so many times on this crossword.
Yeah.
So you charge through the gates and you overcome your weakness. Ben, you are inflicted with an internal injury. Yote tries to help the team, but he gets distracted by a tarot reading and maybe just gives him some bad news. He doesn't want to touch you. I don't know if these guys are in chat, so I'll just wait a couple seconds
Mm-hmm.
and then I will do the cowardice if they would
Also,
like it.
Just huge props on the team name. That one.
Yeah, I mean,
that one hit me
they
hard.
accept their fates.
Fantastic.
If Ben had been a coward, he would have gotten indebted. And if Yote had been a coward, an accursed follower. Okay. All right.
So I've been mulling it over in my head. Who do you guys think you're gonna pick as a backup investigator if you
Mandy. I don't know.
go back to Mandy?
Why not? I just think we don't. We just don't fail. That's the
That's
galaxy brain.
that's the real answer, I guess.
Yeah, I would just do Nathaniel, I was toying with doing anyway. So,
Old Nacho, eh?
mm-hmm.
All right. Mystics for Sanford, you are up. The next team is River Despair, Lime Crete, and Luck Dragon. You're on deck. So, Mystics for Sanford. Your team has a bit of an issue being self-centered. However, you're able to overcome it by being overzealous. I'm not sure. I mean, you're not helping each other, but you just go hard, so it ends up helping each other, I guess.
Seems like it's the solution to every problem.
Oh, they actually realize the year is 1925, so they're campaigning for Sanford in 1925. Robert, who's playing Diana, you've summoned a Day of Reckoning. I mean, you did do all that nasty stuff, Diana, so your Day of Reckoning is coming. Hoyi, you try and stop that Day of Reckoning, but you're super paranoid, so you just hide in your house the whole time. Caleb, you have a mob enforcer coming for you. I mean, Hoyi tried to pay him off, but ran out of money. And Matt, who's playing Dexter. Oh, sorry, this is for Luke, the mob enforcer. Matt, who's Dexter. You're a bit of a coward, so you're scared of that Day of Reckoning. I'm not sure what you guys are going to do about it.
Ooh, that's rough for Dexter.
Too bad Diana can't cancel that.
Can't. Oh, what is Day of Reckoning again?
Day of Reckoning is seal the Elder Sign and attach it to the agenda.
Hmm. You can dark inside it, but that's about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know though. Like, I don't know if this is that bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think you play anticipating drawing the Elder Sign. It just happens sometimes.
Okay, so Hoyi is okay with paranoia.
And again, I'm the asshole who plays Crystalline Elder Sign in 4-player and thinks it's a trade, so, what do I know?
And you steal the Elder Sign, yeah. Caleb's okay with mob enforcer. We're still waiting for Robert and Matt. I'll just give them a couple seconds. If not, I'll just flip over their cowardices. So, Robert, if you are a coward and you reject your fate, you get the 13th vision. Hoyi, if you were so paranoid that you... oh yeah, okay, so he says Diana's very happy with Day of Reckoning. Hoyi, if you were not... if you were too paranoid, you would have gotten indebted. You're just poor, either way. Caleb, if you had rejected your fate, Luke would have been doomed. Whew. Matt is a coward either way, but I think it's unspeakably so. Okay. Matt, if you don't take cowardice, you get the tower.
Cowardice. I don't know. Some decks don't care about the tower as much as others. I tend to play a lot of committal decks nowadays, so...
I mean, the thing is, if you don't take any other of the tarot cards, you put it down once and you're done.
Mm-hmm. But it's 4 cost you put it down once.
It
like
is,
if unless your curve is like A1 super solid, that's a huge.
Or you're Dexter and you chuck it to put down something else fast.
God, yeah, I suppose in Dexter it's like no thing.
Yeah.
1 cheaper and save 2 actions on getting rid of it.
Yeah. Oh boy, how far are we along here? Oh boy, we have a lot to go. Okay. My life is like a river of despair, which is the next team up. Woo! On deck after that is Make a Wish, which is Slimpy and Psy, I think. So River Despair, Lime Crete, and Luck Dragon. Your team has an issue with a Day of Reckoning. You've summoned the Day of Reckoning, but you solve it by going to the Acolytes, and they're able to maybe do some culty things and hold off that Day of Reckoning for now. However,
and Luck Dragon was the name of my Zydeco folk band in high school, by the way. Sorry, I totally broke your flow.
Because of all the culty things they did, though, Lime Crete is inflicted with some amnesia, maybe a bump over the head during the proceedings, and Luck Dragon, you get a bit of a psychosis. I mean, you were facing the Day of Reckoning, and then you did some evil shit to stop it, so who knows? Amnesia is discard all but 1 card in your hand.
Not great.
Science. So, Lime Crete and Luck Dragon. Lime Creed accepts. And Luck Dragon. Is Luck Dragon time for titty? Psychosis is after you take a horror, take a direct damage, and 2 actions to get rid of. I'll see if I can.
I still hold that Lime Creed and Luck Dragon is an actually legitimately cool band name.
Okay, they both accept their fate. If you were chickens, Lime Creed, you would have gotten internal injury, and Time for Titty, you would have gotten an offer you can't refuse. Good thing you didn't refuse the first one.
Mm-hmm. An offer you were never presented.
Yeah, if you think about it, like Doomed, an offer you can't refuse, based on the number of weaknesses we have now, it's essentially like you're rolling a d20. If you roll a 1, you're getting one of those 2. But that's still not exactly it, because it's like 23.5 cards or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probabilities
we
are
are
janky until your N gets really big.
Yeah. Team up now is Make a Wish. Team on deck is the Artists, formerly known as Roommates. So, Make a Wish, your team struggles with some bloodthirst, but you're able to overcome it by being self-destructive. So
Drink
instead
your
of
own
hurting
blood.
others, you hurt yourselves. That's terrible. Slimpy, playing Luke, he goes and gets the tower, which might not be great if he's going to be the first player, but double tower.
Two towers.
And Sai? Sorry, I know he pronounced it in the chat, but playing Sister Mary, she's just going through the gates. Is it the gates of heaven? We're not sure.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
St. Peter, you're a fish man?
Ooh, they both accept.
Yeah.
All right, so if you were a coward, Slimpy, you would have gotten Paranoia. And, okay, pronounce that one again, Sean.
Acticophobia? I don't have the word in front of me anymore.
Yeah.
We accept angrily, they say. Yeah, that's on par for drawing the weaknesses.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, team up now is Artists, formerly known as Roommates, and the team on deck is Team Winging It. And that is Winging It, Daniel, Chris, and Les. And they are not going to be watching the stream, apparently, so I will do theirs. Yeah. Artists formerly known as Roommates. Patrick, Jess, and Samya. Your team is having a bit of a trouble with your curiosity, but you're able to overcome it by being just so scared of time that you just keep moving because you don't want to be too curious. Patrick, Rawtooth, you have a bit of an internal injury. Jess tries to come to your help, but she's like, you're going to die anyways. I'm nihilist. Deal with it. Samya, you too try to help Patrick, but you're a bit self-destructive, so you caused your own internal injury. I don't know. Oh no, or no, I'm not slightly passive aggressive. Sorry, I'm not saying when people aren't watching the stream. I have it on the spreadsheet whether they're watching this. When they filled it out whether they're going to watch the stream or not, and so it's just if I'm gonna wait for them to respond or not. Jess accepts her fate. Okay. Wing It, you're here. Are you taking your internal injury? Chris? Oh, goodness, there's... Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, this is for the artists formerly known as Roommates. Not this isn't for Team Winging It. I'm getting confused here. They all accept their fate.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay. Patrick, you would have gotten Draw the Sign. Jess, you would have gotten Haunted. And Samya, you would have gotten Your Worst Nightmare. No one's gotten Reckless yet, hey?
That's Winnie's one?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking if I got that as min, not sure how I'd feel about that.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping I was going to get it as Patrice. That's one of the sit in your hand ones that tends to leave sooner than later.
Yeah. Well, with min, if I have analytical mind, I can actually put it in
gross.
and then draw a card. Okay, team winging it.
And there's a Patrice on this team, so
There is.
that'll be interesting.
Referencing, of course, the content channel of one of the people in the team, not necessarily their strategy for this campaign.
No. Winging It Gaming does awesome videos. Go watch his stuff. Team Winging It, you're having a bit of trouble with your narcolepsy. Staying up late, playing games, not really great. But you're able to solve it by being haunted. You're just like, man, it's creepy staying up late when the lights are all off and stuff. So guess or no, you're falling asleep, but the haunted keeps you awake. There you go. Winging It as Diana, you start to grow some tree arms, my friend. Maybe all those cult rituals you did were not so great. Daniel as Patrice,
Every time.
you get the tower. That's a bit rough.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Chris
I'm
playing Tommy.
so sorry.
You try and help your friends because Tommy generally helps his friends. Oh,
The double tap.
double tower. They're both.
Okay, wow, this is our first spicy reading.
Yeah, and Les, who's playing Finn, he's scared off by all these tarot readings, and he just becomes self-centered.
Ooh.
I mean, he only cares about himself.
This is a tough group of cards.
Oh,
Like, whatever for
That got
self-centered, but...
real.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And then, all right. So we'll wait for it.
Yeah,
There are two towers.
There are two towers, which means that they can't get it.
You can accept your fate, and you don't get the tower.
Yeah, you'll just get the Ace of Rods weakness.
No, you don't even do that. If you can't get the tower...
Oh, if you can't take the tower, you don't take the Ace of Rods?
Yeah.
Dick move,
So
MJ! Come on!
No, that... So if you accept your fate for both of these, you can then accept your fate in the game and not get any additional cards in your deck.
Oh, Jeff
Winging
says,
Gaming.
I am a coward.
He's a coward. All right, so instead of Dendromorphosis, you gain Dread Curse as Diana, which I think is okay.
You can work with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll assume that everyone else is okay. And if not, I'll pause it for a quick second. All right. Daniel, playing Patrice, if you are a coward... Oh, he took his. Okay, sorry. He took his. And he would have gotten drawing the sign. Oh, as Patrice. That is terrible.
That's rough.
Because your hand size is 0. If you didn't take the tower down here, which would be Tommy, you are doomed. And self-centered Finn, you become obsessive if you're a coward.
Oof.
Man, that was a terrible draw for
Spicy.
everyone involved.
Spicy.
Yeah. That was a spicy reading. Okay, Big Kahuna, you are next, my friend. The Necronomicomongers, we keep what we kill. Necronomicomongers.
Necronomicon.
Pink Thunder, who is Ilia and Christina, you're up next. If you're out there in chat, I don't have your screen names, but Necronomicomongers, we
Bless
keep
you.
what we kill. Yeah, your team is a bit reckless, but you're able to overcome that with a bit of cowardice. I mean, that actually makes sense. So I'm just going to let that reading be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Big Kahuna, you are a bit obsessive, though. So maybe you'll go back on your cowardice.
Rexy's Twilight Runners. That would have been awesome. Big Kahuna accepts.
All right, and if you were a coward, Big Kahuna, you would have gotten indebted. Actually, I like indebted as a
Because only
weakness.
cowards use credit.
Yeah. All right, Pink Thunder, you're up. And after that, we have the team Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, Alabagocus. Okay, holy moly. Only like 8 more teams to go. And then a random 6 after that. Okay. Pink Thunder, Isla, and Christina.
Good
Your
luck.
team has a bit of a problem forgetting what they're actually doing with amnesia, but you're able to overcome that by being doomed. I don't know how to read this. But okay. I'm running out of ideas. Isla.
What was the first one? I'm going to help you here.
Amnesia. Forgot what they were doing.
Yeah, and then you remembered you're fucked anyway, so.
Oh, well, there you go. So it doesn't matter. But Doomed is out now, so that's good. Isla, playing Jacqueline. You're a bit obsessive. I mean, you are always, like, digging into those bags and seeing what's in there. And Trish comes to help you, but she comes barging through the gates and is actually no help at all.
Wrong door. Sorry.
Yeah. Whoopsie doodle.
That doesn't seem that bad. I mean, granted, I don't know who they're playing, but...
They are playing Jacqueline and Trish.
Okay.
Give them a couple more seconds. They don't have their screen names in here, so I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But anyways, if you are cowards, Isla, you'd be getting a 13th vision instead of being obsessive. Maybe you're so obsessive you saw the vision. And then Christina, you're charging through the gates because you got an offer you can't refuse if you're a chicken of through the gates. That is a terrible option. Through the gates is pretty bad. But
Through the gates is nothing or it crushes you. There's very little middle ground.
Yeah. All right, Hocus Pocus. I'm doing you guys next. The team on deck, the Iron Zoria Lodge, with Monotone, Craven, Sergey, and Sarnetsky, and they will not be on stream.
They put a spell on you.
All right, Hocus Pocus. Your team's having a bit of an issue forgetting what it's supposed to do, but you're able to overcome that by just, stealing everything around you and getting kleptomania. Raphael, you are cursed with a bad tarot reading, like mine, with the tower. Steven, you try and help out, but you realize everything's screwed anyways, and you're a bit nihilistic. Pat, who also did our logo, by the way, for the Undone Fun Run. This is Pat, Blue HG.
This one. Look how cool it is. Look how fucking cool it is.
Pat, you're a bit reckless.
Go get your merch at mythosmerch.com with this logo on it, because it's awesome. All right. It's okay, we're back.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
I've not seen Pat chatting, so I'm just going to wait a couple seconds, and then I'll do the chicken stuff. Rafa, we accept our fate. All right. Fair enough. Raphael, if you had not accepted your fate, or if you had chickened out, you'd have been haunted by your choice. Stephen, you would have been absolutely bloodthirsty from your nihilism. I guess everyone's going to die, so it might as well be me doing it, right? And then Pat, you're so reckless, you would have become obsessive. All right. Need some water. All this talking.
Call Scott now for your free reading.
Call me now.
All right, Iron Zola Lodge. This is you guys. I know you're not on. This is another UK team, I believe. So,
what was her name? Cleo, Madame Cleo,
Miss
right?
Cleo.
Miss
Yeah.
Cleo. Oh my god!
Cleo.
What a special time in television.
The team on deck is the Exorcism of Annette Mason.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, I think we're gonna play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming soon.
All right, just call Scott Anna Caslow. Yeah. Scotty Caslow. Iron Zoria Lodge. Your team's having a bit of problems facing your worst nightmare, but you are able to overcome it by seeking out a 13th vision. And I guess I'll get rid of your nightmares. Monotone playing Dexter. He's a bit scared of time, but he's got that fast action, so he might be okay. Craven playing everyone's favorite boxer, Nacho. He's a bit paranoid. I mean, he does have the mob after him, so. Sergey playing Amanda just charges through the gates. I mean, yeah, with that skill card every turn, absolutely. And Sarnetsky playing Safina. She's a bit curious. What are those 5 cards that she's tucked away at the beginning of the game? So they are not on. So I'm just going to give them a couple seconds. Guys, pause the video now. If you don't want to see, and then you can make a choice. Anyways. Monotone, if you are a coward, you go charging through the gates. Craven, if you're a coward, you're quite afraid of time. I guess, Monotone gave that to you. Sergey, you kind of forget what happened when you charge through those gates. You'd be amnesia if you're a coward. And Sarnetsky, you get an accursed follower. Maybe it was your worst nightmare after all.
But Scott's doing like the double reading for some teams here.
If it just pops in my head, I'd just do it. If not, Ooh.
It just makes me want to have Scott do a version of Rick and Morty's interdimensional cable where it's just complete. Yeah.
Oh, Rick and Morty. Love the show.
Shut up, Morty, and deal the cards.
Hate the some of the fan community around it.
That's
not
great.
The thing. It's a little. Yeah.
Oh, Rick,
all right.
I don't know, Rick. I really don't want overzealous. Shut up, Morty.
Morty. You
just gotta take. You gotta take the encounter card, Morty, and then you gotta take another encounter card, Morty, because that's just overzealous. Boy, I need another beer.
I got a lot of flack for Pirates of the Pancreas.
Got a lot of pushback.
All right, so team up now is Exorcism of Annette Manson. It's Dr. Smashy and Space Drugs. I love those two names.
2 great names. I love it.
The one on deck is Cult of Calvin, which is Chris F. playing solo as Calvin. So, the Exorcism of Annette Manson. Your team is plagued by a Silver Twilight Acolyte, probably trying to stop you from exorcising Annette Manson. But you grab another accursed follower and maybe make the Acolyte and him talk, and he gets distracted and you're good. However, Dr. Schmashty, playing Father Mateo, he knows the day of reckoning is coming. It's in the Bible, right? So he knows.
Dr. Schmashty.
Roland Banks, his partner.
Connery there.
Roland Banks, his partner, Space Drugs, tries to help him, but he's got something following him, and he just doesn't have time to deal with the day of reckoning. When did Rick turn into the SpongeBob captain?
I work against a constant pull. Any accent I try to do, any voice I try to do, eventually just goes toward like angry Scotsman. So we were just in transition. That's all that was.
So Space Drugs, who is Roland Banks, accepts his thing that follows. Actually, yeah, you know what? That is actually fine for Roland.
Yeah, just turn it into a clue factory.
Are you ready, Morty?
Morty.
And Dr. Schmashty, if you are a coward, I don't see you in. Oh, this Father Mateo is a coward.
Ooh.
He is afraid of the day of reckoning.
Okay.
He's read Revelation. So.
Godspeed, literally.
Okay.
All right. So, fearing the day of reckoning so much, you've gained so much paranoia about that day of reckoning.
Could be worse.
I don't know.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
I don't think I would coward out of Day of Reckoning, but Oh, you know what? Father Mateo, though, his elder sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he wants it. He really wants it.
Yeah, and you know what? If you play it right, I don't think paranoia is too bad. If you just run lean, and you're expecting it, and you just kind of play broke,
Right.
Yeah, I tend to include some like Burks the economy cards, and you can recover from it.
There's still the occasional game where like it just hits you the wrong turn, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
fuck.
If you're
man.
playing a Smaug deck, big money, then
Yes.
it's like, oh.
Okay, this team up now is Cult of Calvin, who's Chris F. playing Calvin solo.
Nice.
And
And
be
the
well
team after
connected
that
with
yeah.
Paranoia.
Team on deck is Team Girl Squad! Arrow!
The cheerleader! The ugly one!
The ugly one. Cult of Calvin. Chris, you're having a bit of issues with your narcolep. No, you can't have that one. You're having a bit of issues being indebted. I mean, maybe you spent a lot of money chasing after Joe? What's Calvin's spouse's name or partner's name?
Yao. I
Yeah,
believe.
Yao? Yeah.
All right. But you're able to overcome the indebted by being quite reckless. Maybe you invested in some really weird stocks. Oop, that one's upside down. However, Calvin is inflicted with a severe case of internal injury.
That could be a boon for Calvin.
That is not bad at all.
Just take
I
it.
wouldn't be mad at that.
So I'm just gonna
At the end when you're right in the line, but
yeah, that's the thing. If you're riding the race with it, but you know you play around that, right? You just you stay at 4. Yeah,
definitely feel that.
with
Calvin-
aplomb.
With aplomb.
What's that mean?
Aplomb.
Like- Yeah.
I think that was one of the products that they marketed on Interdimensional Cable.
If you had been a coward, you would have a thing that follows you. You know what? That was a very good choice.
That's a good Calvin pull. That's a good
Yeah,
Calvin pull.
well, that one can suck. Thing that follows.
Oh yeah. Delarbat. Wait, I thought you were supposed to draw a weakness for Calvin.
Oops, all berries.
All right. Up now is Team Girl, the ugly one.
What were the rest of the members? There was like 3 or 4 of them.
Who knows? I think there was actually 4 of them.
The cheerleader. All right, hang on. I'm gonna look it up. Someone in chat will know it faster than I can look it up. I'm sure.
Hey
guys, let's go and get ready to
What's
look
her
so
face?
good. What's her
her
face?
face?
So and so. The ugly. Yep, that's it. That's the exact names.
So, Team Girl Squad, who's playing all female investigators. Team Girl Squad, you're having a bit of issues with arrow. No, just kidding. Bloodthirst. Maybe from all those arrows. But you're able to overcome it by seeking an accursed follower.
And for anyone who doesn't get the reference, it's Homestar Runner Strong Bad. Actually, it comes out of a Strong Bad email. So
Yeah.
if you miss the age of Flash animation websites, I'm sorry. It was special.
I think,
Been a while.
it's all on YouTube now.
Yeah, you can find it all on YouTube.
That is like 50 hours of your life you won't get back, but man, is it ever.
The cheat is grounded.
So maybe you're bloodthirst. You had a bit of bloodthirst, but then you just killed an accursed follower, and so you were satiated.
Problem solved.
Gorfax playing Amanda. You kind of forget what you're doing. Maybe you forget the card that's underneath you. Elliewood, who's playing Carolyn, maybe tries to help out Amanda because she's a doctor, but she's haunted by her own demons, so she's unable to. Zodab Games, playing Zoe, is kind of done with these guys, but she's also scared of failing. Atichitophobia.
Now I gotta spell that.
Yeah, good luck. Just put Stella's weakness.
A. Chitchinson.
I'll look at
And then Derek with Wendy. You have a bit of a 13th vision about your crew. You're not sure if you're going to make it through this alive.
Clutch.
The system is down. The system is down. The cheat is grounded. This is not for light switch raves.
We had that light switch installed for you, so you can turn the lights on and off. Not so you can throw light switch raves. All right, done.
All right.
I gotta be done with Strong Bad. I'll be doing it all night.
Team DeMarcy accepts. I assume that is Derek. So he accepts a 13th vision. Okay, give you a couple. Oh, Gorfax is keeping it. I'm not sure about Elliewood and Kodab, but all right, Gorfax. If you've been a coward, you would have also had a 13th vision.
It was the 14th vision, though.
Yeah, man, look at this. 13th vision, haunted.
Oof.
It's terrible.
You get everyone in the same room, and it's just awful.
Just bad news. Elliewood, if you're a coward, you get overzealous. Kodab, Zoe, you get an offer you can't refuse if you're afraid of failing. And Derek, you would have gotten the tower.
But though, if you think about it, that is the one way that the 13th vision is not as bad as haunted, in that it won't stack. Like, because ties are still ties. You don't double. Yeah, so, yeah.
I think there's only one haunted, though.
That's probably true.
Yeah. So if you get haunted and 13th vision, then you're just basically down by 2, and even worse. Kind of. Anyways. All right, up next is you. Y-U-E. And you and Anne are playing. They're playing Jacqueline Fine, aka You Fine. And playing Minty Fan. Up next after them is the Coven Lovin' Lodge Dodgers. Great name.
Approved.
Yep.
Not quite as good as Bun in the Coven, but...
Dude, the witches live in thatch roof cottages. Sorry.
Thatch roof cottages!
Okay. We have to stop. No more strong bad. Oh my god. Okay. Your team, had a really bad tarot reading, but you were able to overcome that issue by being self-destructive. Oof, that's dark. You playing Jacqueline Fine, aka You Fine. You've been cursed with a fear of failure. I'm just going to call that weakness fear of failure because I'm not pronouncing that word. And Anne, with Minty Fan, you try to help out you with her fear of failure, but you just go charging through the gates, and then you end up failing anyways. Terrible. Terrible outcome.
If you do...
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon comes in the night!
I do not believe they are in chat,
Okay.
but I'll give them a couple more seconds, and then I'll reveal their coward weaknesses. All right. You, if you are a coward, you get drawing the sign. And Anne, if you are a coward, you get a 13th vision. You accepts her fate. Awesome. Ooh, and Anne is a coward. So instead of through the gates, Anne, you get the 13th vision. It's another coward. Not too many of them.
Justin, you could have just said that one out loud.
I didn't want to start a thing.
We're already failing to end it, so, Yes, we must play the Burninator, the board game, at some point. We must.
Oh my god, yes. Corvax says he got his TNA accents without spending bits.
Yeah, sure. I'll do anyone on Strong Bad for free.
First of all, they are Daisy's tote bags. Okay. They're not bits. Vaca Pobre. If you just want to put in chat and if someone can write it down, at the end of the thing, I can draw your guys' weaknesses. I'll just add you on at the end. All right, up now is the Coven Lovin' Lodge Dodgers. Great name. And on deck is the team of 2, which is Susie and Andy. So, Coven Lovin' Lodge Dodgers, you're loving those Coven and dodging those lodges, but that brings you through the gates.
That was utter nonsense, but it was beautiful utter nonsense, so...
Yeah. You're dodging things left, right, and center. And you were able to get through your gates obsessively. Oh man, I'm just losing steam at this point. If anyone's expecting good readings, don't expect them here. Bowzo playing Dexter. You are cursed with some recklessness.
Oh, there it is.
Josh playing Silas. Silas is, used to some recklessness himself, but he had a vision about it, a 13th one, and he probably doesn't want to be that reckless this game. Stites, who is Joe, Joe's pretty down the center, so he's not too reckless. But he does have a bit of a bloodthirst. And Waffles, who's playing Trish. Trish likes to sneak around, but she's got an accursed follower, following her around as she sneaks.
Always feel like somebody's watching me.
So what I'll do is anyone who didn't sign up on the form, if you can go on the Farkham Knights Discord thing, if you can maybe message Sean or Justin directly with your team name and how many people, then I will draw you. Like in a couple minutes, there's only a couple teams left, and then I'm doing 6 random teams. That I'm just doing a 4-player draw for some random teams. So if you're catching this video later on, you can, All right, let's see. Bowzo accepts his recklessness. Josh Silas is also accepting his. Don't know if there's anyone else. Anyways, Stites, Joe, if you're a coward, well, let's do these ones first. Bowzo, if you were a coward, you'd have your day of reckoning. Josh, if you were a coward, you'd have signed a dark pact. Stites Joe, if you were just a bit too bloodthirsty for your taste, you'd become indebted from going to so much counseling. And then Waffles says Trish, to get rid of that accursed follower, you get a little bit worried about time. You get chronophobia.
And if anyone hasn't yet joined the Farkham Knights Discord, I'm going to throw the link in the chat here. So be sure to do that.
Yeah. All right. Up next is the team of 2, Susie and Andy. And on deck is Something Creeps in the Tub, Brooks and Jupiter. All right.
Yeah, there's something in the tub, Morty. I'm not quite sure what it is, Morty. You got to get in there and look at it, Morty.
Oh, Rick, it's kind of creepy, though.
I don't know, Rick. It's slimy.
Now do Rick meets Strong Bad.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
So, a team of 2. Your team is having a bit of an issue being quite reckless. But you're able to overcome it by, spending so much money you have no money left. Now you're indebted, so you can't be reckless anymore. Maybe you're reckless with stocks and bonds. I don't know. Susie, playing Diana.
I'd love to see what it looks like to be reckless with bonds.
Yeah, I don't
Sorry, just a little
know.
finance industry joke for you guys there.
Joke for one. Yep. So Diana is a bit self-destructive. I mean, she's caused so much pain to other people. But Mandy Thompson tries to help her out, Andy. But he's got a bit of a psychosis. Maybe he's scared of blood or something, or creeped out. I'm not sure. Alrighty. Oh, it's just Nick in the tub.
Something nicks in the tub.
All right, Susie and Andy.
Something naked this way comes. Damn, that's a perfectly good episode title. I'm sad we wasted it.
All right, Brooks. If you are so self-destructive, you are scared of your fate, you get an accursed follower. Maybe one of the old cultists you used to hang with as Diana. And then Andy, your psychosis, you're so afraid of it. It's driven you to sign a dark pact. All right. Something creeps in the tub. You are up. Great team name. Love it. And then the next team after that is Brothers C. All right. Something creeps in the tub. You're having a bit of an issue. Being indebted. Maybe trying to fix the tub. Maybe some plumbing issues. But you're able to overcome that by using a 13th vision to make some good investments. And
You had to look at the tub 12 times to figure out where the slime was coming from.
the 13th time, though, you found it. So, Brooks, who's playing Amanda Sharp. I mean, Amanda goes charging through the gate. She thinks she's all good with that skill card underneath, but then Agnes tries to hold her back. But Agnes is dealing with her own worst nightmare. Oof.
As you do.
For Agnes and Amanda. That means Amanda essentially has to deal with the worst
Oof,
nightmare.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Cult invocation.
The King in Blue. Yeah, you guys are next.
Uh,
All right, we'll give them a couple seconds. I don't know their screen names. Brooks and Jupiter. Brooks, Jupiter. See? All right, well, pause the video now if you don't want to see your chicken, your coward weakness. But Brooks.
they are considering. Hang on.
Okay.
They are reaching consensus.
Okay.
Someone in chat was talking about how they use Time Worn Brand with Amanda and Vicious Blow under. It just had an insane turn of damage.
They're considering that big one who has a name. I don't know.
Big one.
We are considering. Jupiter is a coward. Agnes Baker, you are afraid of your worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's
Oh
valid.
God. Okay.
You got hypochondria.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Actually,
That
that's okay. It's okay.
Honestly,
Brooks,
about as well as you could do with Agnes. Ideally,
Brooks,
you're
I need your answer. I need it now. I need to know if you're a coward or not.
need to know.
Tell me.
I need to know.
Brooks is old friends with Through the Gates. All right, well, if you had been afraid of running through the gates, you'd have gotten an internal injury.
You just slammed into the side of the door.
Yeah.
Busted a spleen.
Tripped as your the flooring wasn't even as you went through the door. Landed on a doorknob. I don't know.
The king in lavender. The king in puce. The king in salmon.
They're deciding what the most amusing color combination for the king is.
The king in burnt orange.
The king in chartreuse. Why is it that like obscure color names are so fascinating? They are, right?
Yeah.
The king in fuchsia.
The king
Okay,
in vermilion.
Brother C.
I'm just gonna name Pokemon town names at this point.
Brother C, who is King Blue, and Red McCallum. Your team is having a bit of issue falling asleep. A little narcoleptic. The Once and Fuchsia King.
That's great.
You are able to overcome your narcolepsy because there's something following you, and you just have to stay awake. King Blue, you are cursed with a terrible tarot reading like this
Not great.
with the tower. Red McCallum tries to shake you out of your fear of that tarot reading, but he too has a dread curse.
Red curse has come up a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Granted, it is a 2 of, right? Like, and that's just gonna happen. The towers come up a lot.
Yep, it's a 2 of. King in Blue, loading stream.
The king.
King in Satin. All right, King in Blue. The King in Semi-Gloss.
The king in eggshell.
How bad is Dread Curse if you don't play with Curse Bless cards? I mean, it's still just 5 curses in the bag. It's not terrible. I don't think it's that bad. Especially in 4-player. That's yeah.
Yeah. In 4-player it'll go away. And at least you're spreading it out.
The King in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. King stands on his weakness on the tower.
All right.
On the phone with his brother. All right, well, he's got a Dread Curse.
Gotta love those late night calls about what we
As well. So, King, if you'd been a chicken, you would have had a day of reckoning for your cowardice. And your brother Red would have had a mob enforcer going after him. I would rather take Dread Curse than mob enforcer.
5 tests at a minus. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played much with curse yet. I can't speak to it.
But you know what? It might just be one test that you chain into 4 of them, and then you're like, well, that test sucked, but
At least
now
you got it
it's-
out of the way. Yeah, I'm glad that'll happen to some people, I'm sure, but I'm never.
So I've come to the end of the teams. I was going to do the random 6, but did anyone message you guys about doing a
Yep.
a
So
drawing?
we've got the Lodge Enforcers.
Okay. So
First one is Starking, who's Chris. Hey, Chris.
okay. So one second.
Yep.
Lodge Enforcers.
Mm-hmm.
You're a bit paranoid, but you overcome that by being afraid of failure.
Lovely.
Star King. You've come across a dread curse.
Hmm.
Very afraid for your team.
Playing
Who's
Trish,
next?
by the way. Next one is
Ooh.
Sparkatus.
Ooh, Sparkatus.
Playing
You
Safina.
have you're falling asleep. Ooh, is Safina.
Mm.
Ouch. That's rough.
Last is Casey and the
anyway.
Sunshine Band playing Harvey.
Ooh. Harvey has a little problem with nihilism. But I guess when you read as many books as he does and study history, you know we're all doomed to repeat history. All right. Reaverman, did I miss mine? Totally not the Lodge. I don't have you guys on here. I don't know if you guys signed up in the. There was a second sheet to sign up in, but Reaverman, if you just message Sean, who's Ataru Slash, just with how many people you have on your team.
All right. So then we have the team Sandwich, spelled with a T, Hunters.
Oh wait. Sorry.
Oh, what? Uh-huh.
They have accepted their fate. I
Okay.
believe.
We had not moved on.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Starking and Blair and Sunshine Band. So I think it was Starking first. You would have gotten indebted. After that, Safina accepts as well. Had an internal injury and self-destructive for the other ones. Actually, self-destructive for Safina is like.
Not that bad.
I mean, I guess what are you doing with Safina?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Next team up is the Sandwich with a T, Hunters. We've got the Waffle.
Sorry. Say that
The Sandwich
again.
Hunters.
Sand. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how many team players?
2.
All right. Sandwich Hunters. Your team is having an issue with a stubborn detective following you. But you're able to just, I don't know, steal his badge and his gun, and then no longer an issue. Who's the first player?
Perfect cop impersonations. It is the Waffler, or Vaca Pobre in chat.
The Waffler. You are a bit haunted. However, your partner
Spider
is a bit
Ham.
over. Spider Ham is going ham. And he's the Waffler and Spider Ham. I mean, name a more dynamic duo.
Yeah, I read that comic.
Yeah. I would actually read comics for that comic. They accept their fate. All right, well, Waffler, if you'd been a coward, you would have been very self-centered, leaving Spider-Ham all alone. Spider-Ham, you would have gotten a terrible tarot reading, just like this one. Any more teams from...
Yeah,
Yeah, Scott, I am pasting into our spreadsheet 3-person team for Reaverman.
Perfect. Reaverman.
So there's now the one in there for Totally Not the Lodge.
Okay, I see it.
Can you throw it down at the bottom there?
currently got 3
All
more
right.
teams on deck, just FYI.
Holy moly, okay.
But they're small teams so far.
Okay, Jim will decide tomorrow. All right, Reaverman. Your team has a stubborn detective chasing them as well. But you're just super overzealous, bust down in his house, and I don't know.
Or you just kick him in the face.
Yeah, just kick him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You have Min, Daisy, and Jim. So we're going to go in alphabetical order. Daisy has become a bit obsessive, probably about her books. Jim, however, has a dread curse, probably coming from that trumpet of his. It's kind of creepy.
Toot toot.
Min, busy in all her books, has become indebted. I mean, anyone who buys a lot of books, probably indebted. So Daisy obsessive, Jim is dread curse, Min is indebted. And I know Jim is going to decide tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Daisy and Min gladly accept. Okay, Daisy, if you were a coward, you've gotten an offer you can't refuse. Woof! And Min would have had an internal injury. So, Rearman, I'll let you know, for Jim, he can have dread curse, but if he's a coward, he becomes a little chronophobic.
The king in flagrante delicto.
Isn't that like naked?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It is.
Okay.
It's naked and doing vigorous things, probably.
Yeah.
King in assless chaps. All right. All right.
One that broke me.
Next team up is team Witch, please. We've got Cody playing Patrice is first.
Okay. So, Witch, please. You guys are having an issue being a little bit reckless, but you're able to overcome it by just drawing the sign repeatedly, so you can't actually be reckless because you're just not doing anything. Patrice, you're a bit paranoid.
Perfectly acceptable.
Maybe that watcher. Yeah.
And then Melissa will be playing Diana.
Melissa, Diana, you have an accursed follower, probably from your past.
It's me. I'm
Little
sorry. It me.
Yeah. Sean is
Sean.
always a cursed follower.
The king and ass only chaps.
Wait, we're hitting that point of the night, aren't we?
It's not even 9 o'clock where I am. Jeez. Okay. Anyone else?
I found my tattoo idea.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Foster lifting up the yellow robe.
Is there anyone else on this team?
Not on this team, no.
Please? No? Okay. So one of them, Omega Life, accepted their fate. I don't know who that is. Oh, Cody. Okay,
Excellent.
so you got paranoia, and then it's your partner Melissa. So Cody, well, I guess I can't say until she's chosen because then let's give her more information. Melissa accepts. Okay, Cody, you would have had your worst nightmare as Patrice, which is terrible. And Melissa, you would have gotten the thing that follows. Look at that, 3 enemy weaknesses. Ugh. Are enemy weaknesses the worst next to like doomed and offer you can't refuse?
They definitely add a very special pressure.
Yeah.
I think they are. It's just such an action soak.
Yeah. Unless it's like, who's the 3-2-3 that comes out engaged with? Oh, the stubborn detective who blanks you. If you have a gun out, you're just like his mark or something. You're like, yeah, cool, bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing it does is just
Tony.
if you're playing an investigator who doesn't fight naturally, you've got to have an extra trick ready.
Yeah.
Which is attack.
Or stick close with your killer.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah, I was solo Father Mateo and got an enemy weakness, and his regular weakness is an enemy weakness.
Yep.
That was not a good campaign.
No.
Any more teams?
Yeah. Next up is Team Low Willpower. Got
Team. Go ahead.
Speaking to my soul.
We've got May, who's playing Joe.
Okay, I'll just do Team Low Willpower.
Mm-hmm.
You're a bit curious about those who have higher willpower than you, but you're able to get over it with being quite obsessive, maybe studying the dark arts. May, you have been cursed with a simple chronophobia, as bad will teach you. Who's next?
And then we've got Eric, who's playing Winnie.
Winnie has her day of reckoning. Flew too close to the sun. She flies the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyone else? No?
Wickerus.
Wickerus?
That just makes me want licorice. It's late. I'm snacky.
Is it a 3-person team?
Nope, just 2.
Oh, what's Rick Wars?
That was just Sean making a joke about.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was badly timed.
Winnie plus Icarus is Wicarus.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that was very poorly explained.
I mean, it sounded like it could be a screen name. Valid.
Okay, so May says that Joe Diamond can handle chronophobia. Yeah, he can.
I would agree.
And May, your teammate, who is Eric, Winnie is pondering as she does.
Which of my 3 cards
Dave,
in my
I think-
hand am I going to commit to this skill test?
Yeah. You know, if you commit 2 weaknesses to this, I'll draw you another weakness. She's good with it. Okay, so May, if you were a coward, you would have gotten self-destructive. And Winnie, if you were scared of that day of reckoning, you would have had a little of hypochondria. I don't think Day of Reckoning is that bad. I really don't.
I've got
Except in Mateo.
Right.
One more team?
Again, for the same reason that Crystalline Elderstein is a perfectly wonderful card, regardless of player counts. Yeah, I've got one more team in waiting, so last call for anyone in chat. If you haven't signed up yet, message me in the FarcomCon Discord. Ataru / I'm in the mod section in the user thing with your team name and members. The last one I have so far is Team Lodgepodge.
Oh yeah, Lodgepodge. Here we go. Lodgepodge, your team is a bit paranoid. You thought you weren't going to get in on this drawing, but you did at the last chance. However, you got over it with a little chronophobia. You were so scared of time, you kept on moving.
Time was running out. This deadline's approaching.
Tick tock.
First is Milkatron.
Milkatron, you're a bit too curious, my friend. You have an unspeakable oath for seeking out that which you should not seek.
Which you ought not seek. We have Shoelace.
Shoelace, falling asleep, maybe tying his shoes, bent over, and just take a nap. Oh.
And then last is J Mill.
J Mill, you're a bit self-centered, man. You see your other teammates struggling with their curiosity and their narcolepsy, and you're just like, nah.
It's not a terrible clutch. Like I've never found self-centered to be that bad. There's occasionally like the one test where it's like, oh, I wish I could help, but I can't, but it's fine.
So when we were playing the keeper format, I brought my cerebral min, and I had mentioned it to Jeremy like earlier in that day, and he remembered that, and he gave me self-centered. It's like, oh,
leave it to Jeremy Sword to like fucking scout your co-op deck and wreck you later in the day. What a pro!
Okay.
No wonder he's won so many championships.
Milkatron is a coward.
Mm-hmm.
And he refuses to be curious, and he gets an accursed follower.
That's better.
Shoelace accepts with the enthusiasm of an old man reading books. Okay. And I think J Mill. I don't know who J Mill is in the chat, but J Mill. Shoelace. Oh yeah,
Self-centered
okay.
state.
So self-centered state.
Yep.
So Shoelace, if you were a coward, Harvey would have gotten a mob enforcer. Ugh. And J Mill, if you had not been so self-centered, you'd have just sat there drawing the sign. Okay. Any more teams?
I have received no other messages at this point.
In chat, Tim J. Ardle says we had a 2-man Ursula and Safina signed in through website. Not signed into Discord, so can't message.
Okay. No worries. I will shuffle these up and I'll do that. For whichever team that is. Ursula and who?
Ursula and Safina for Tim J. Ardle.
Okay. All right. Ursula and Safina sounds like a great team, though they had an accursed follower. trouble getting rid of that guy. However, they just burst through the gates and kicked him in the face. Or evaded him. Ursula, though, is cursed with an internal injury. Probably got it searching some ruins, fell on a rock, who knows. Savina, however, has signed a dark pact with some evil thing that's trying to take away her cards. The 5 cards in her basement.
Safina, it's a pallet, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, Diana gets her basement.
Diana has a sex dungeon. Safina has a
I
pallet.
was gonna say, like,
What? I'm sorry, basement.
official,
Basement. I
like-
meant basement. That's the normie term, right?
Tim Jardel. We have internal injury for Ursula and dark pact for Safina.
Looks like it's a double accept.
Probably not going that way in the campaign, though. That's going to be double accept. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So Ursula could have gotten self-destructive. Actually, self-destructive would have been that's awesome for Ursula if she'd been a coward. Safina, if she would have gotten a dread curse, probably for negating her dark pact.
Mm-hmm.
Any other teams?
Thing here.
I don't see any others in chat.
So to you late
I have to go.
if you're hearing about this after the fact, here you go.
We are now doing the 6 random teams. So I'm going to
You're gonna do
timestamp this
6
in the
random
YouTube
teams?
comments. Yeah,
Dude, take it down. Take it down to like 2 or 3.
I'll do 3. No, I'll do 4.
Oh,
So you roll D4.
Don't flagellate
do
yourself
3.
that hard for our benefit.
Yeah, bathroom break. I really have to go to the washroom. So you guys, vamp for like
You can vamp, that's fine.
3 minutes.
You're good. You're
You've
good.
been going hard
Tell you
for
what,
however
tell you
long.
We'll do the first part of random team 1, and you guys can talk
Leave
about
us
it.
something to talk
So-
about, I guess.
Yeah, stubborn detectives chasing after that team, but they got a bad tarot reading that scared off the detective, I guess.
They threw the card at him.
Oof.
Tower.
That reading followed them though, and it gave them a dark pact. They became indebted, trying to pay off people to get rid of that pact. Maybe they're a bit overzealous in doing that.
Ooh,
Though.
what an interesting clutch.
It's a range of weaknesses there.
Yeah. So have you guys
Big Kahuna
decided?
says, I'm expecting Scott to make up a song while he's gone. He's gonna get back with a fully made song.
Yeah, he'll come back with it. Let's talk legitimately for a moment, even though Scott wants to avoid the topic. That's fine. Of backups, you said Nate, right?
Mhm.
Right, Ian?
Yep.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. It'll be pretty much run similar to the Tony deck, so
Mute your mic, Scott. Yeah, hopefully Scott's. I think Scott's bathroom is far enough away from his computer that we're not going to hear him take
You'll hear the
a very hot
straight
piss
flush.
right now. Or the other thing, I have no idea who I'm going to go in with to replace Mitigation Patrice. Probably
Mm,
who else can take Alter Fate and probably Marie. That seems
Yeah.
risky though. Marie in multiplayer can be really rough when the Baron comes out.
I mean, any flexi survivor really.
Yeah, I suppose. Which is most of them. Maybe an ash can? A cheeky ash can?
Could be. Flexy enough, I think.
Hmm.
It just wouldn't have the card draw to get them as reliably as Patrice, but I don't know if anyone can really.
Yeah.
You guys have already put way more thought into this than I have because my answer is whichever of the starter decks is closest over here.
I would say Jackie, but if you've never played Jackie before, she's a bit of a brain melter. At least for me, she is. I don't know. Like I just always have trouble being like, all right, what's the right token, and what do I
It's a lot
trigger
of
first, and
token
how do I
pools for
guess?
sure.
And it really makes my head hurt a bit.
I mean, if Agnes dies, I'm just going to probably go out with the real answer is just like a seeker.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Scott will be fine with that because we had a conversation just this morning about what the next Iron Man is going to look like, and he wants to not have to be, main clue gatherer seeker because he's done that for a couple of years now. And I'm like, well, Scott, we could just not have a seeker.
Mhm.
And now he's back.
No, you can't.
Yeah, god damn it! I thought I'd get the story in before you came back. I still think we'd be fine, but I understand that you disagree.
All right. Random team 1. So, Tower, Dark Pact, Indebted, Overzealous. If you reject your fate and you're cowards. Self-centered for player 1. Amnesia for player 2. The Sphere of Failure for player 3. Narcolepsy for player 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ian, I'm not going too fast for you.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Is it just auto-filling now for you on the spreadsheet as you type something?
Yeah, for some of them.
All right. Team number 2. This one will be a little quicker. I'll just pause for 5 seconds and tell them when they can pause the video. So, team number 2. Just make sure you get a good shuffle in here. Man, my weakness cards, I'm going to re-sleeve them. Shuffled them a million times. Random team 2. Your team is a bit obsessive, but you've all become self-centered. So, you're good. You should obsess over yourself. Player 1, you got a bit of an internal injury. Player 2 tries to help you, but they're a bit paranoid, maybe scared of hurting you more. Player 3 has a bit of a psychosis. Player 4 tries to help the psychosis person, but they forget how, because they're amnesia. Because of their amnesia. So I'll wait 5 seconds so you guys can pause the video. If you'd like to consider being a coward. All right. Player 1, if you're a coward, you get a Silver Twilight Accolade. Player 2, if you're a coward, you get a Dread Curse. Player 3, your cowardice rewards you with Haunted. Player 4, you get a little Narcoleptic.
Nice.
You just fall asleep.
That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad.
No, that's okay. All right. Random team number 3. I'm going to stop it at 3. I think.
Fair.
I think there's
Fantastic
just
idea,
this-
Scott. I'm glad.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm glad I thought of it all by myself with no help from my friends. All right. Team 3. Your team is quite self-centered. I'm not even sure how you're a team. But you've all gotten internal injuries, so you're like, oh, maybe if we want to stay alive, we should help each other. So, player 1, you get a little sleepy. Maybe it's because of your internal injury. Maybe you're bleeding too much. You're passing out. Player 2 is a bit paranoid about their internal injury because they know what could happen. Player 3 actually caused their own internal injury because of self-destructive. And player 4, the tarot reading was so bad that it hurt you on the inside. All right, I'll wait 5 seconds. You can pause the video. Decide if you want to be a bunch of cowards and reject your fate. If not, or if you do, here we go. Player 1, instead of your narcolepsy, you get a little afraid of time. Chronophobia. The TikTok's keeping you awake. Player 2, you're so paranoid you get a dread curse. Player 3, your self-destructiveness leads to a fear of failure. And player 4, that bad tarot reading, if you're a coward, turns into another tarot reading.
Oof, man, if you cowarded out of the tower into the tower, just quit Iron Man. I'm fine with that. Like, no
You just
judgment.
cannot feel good.
No judgment at all. Wow.
Well, that was fun. Whew.
Man.
Oh,
Oh,
boy,
boy.
Scott working overtime. Like, super props, man. Like,
Mhm.
the drawing the weaknesses is going to be an important part of Iron Man going forward, and we really wanted to do it, and we couldn't quite figure out how, and this was really fun. So,
Yeah.
well done for taking the lead on it.
I thought this was super fun. I was sitting at work and I'm like, man, how can I draw weaknesses, and I was like, oh well, we're going to the tarot thing, so I'll try and do a tarot reading from the weaknesses. But then I was also worried about being insensitive to people who like believe in tarot. I didn't want to be like disrespectful to the mythos of it or the belief of it. So I hope I wasn't offensive to anyone. I don't think I was, but
I don't think anyone would gather that we're taking this overly seriously and thus throwing any real shade anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So that was fun. I am okay. Yeah. I think it was Winging It. Their team got probably one of the worst ones. Or maybe random team number 3 with the double tower.
Yes, that's rough.
How do we feel about ours? I am A-okay with self-destructive. I think that is like it stays in my play area for the entire game, and I just don't care.
I undo my weakness in one action when I play one of the 2 quiches in my deck.
Yeah, you got. I generally don't like enemy weaknesses, and like Tony already has a enemy weakness as a signature. But if I was going to be anyone and get that, it's Tony. Like that's just a little snicker snack with the switchblade, and the detective should be dead.
He's also he's the 2 healther, right? And as a killer, like what do you care? It's 2 health, and he's 3 fight, and you can just put a what do you call it on it? Oh no, but if you put a bounty on it, you're blank, so you don't actually get the bonus.
Yeah.
Action.
Yeah, it's just a weapon hit. It's fine.
Yeah. Justin, how do you feel about Haunted?
Fine. I mean, 2 actions, not a big deal. It's more about the timing. As long as it doesn't come out at the wrong time, it's not going to be a problem.
What trait does Haunted have, Raytel?
Huh?
Curse?
Don't think so.
Could I alter fate it if I need to?
Let's see. Someone's gonna find Haunted before I do. Probably. Haunted is curse.
Okay. I can't do anything with curses, but
did you say curse?
I could definitely alter fate it. Yep.
I did. I was just guessing there, but
you can.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine because the -1 sucks, but again, unless it comes up at the wrong time, which I mean, sure it can, but otherwise, it's fine.
Well, I think too, like as Agnes is one of those investigators where you go like whole ham into one stat. So essentially, it's just saying -1 willpower until you get rid of it, which
you can play a couple turns through it for sure.
Yeah, right. Like it's not terrible, but yeah, can Alter Fate get rid of it?
Alter Fate can get rid of any... Oh, does it say non-weakness specifically? I'd have to look. So weaknesses are technically encounter cards, right? Treacheries are technically encounter cards. Treacheries specifically. And then
Let's see. Alter Fate 3.
It's a non-weakness. Treachery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so no.
I have my actions.
Yeah. Cool.
Interesting.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, thanks for chat for being so active. This was really fun.
This was really fun to have everyone just kind of stick around and actually not like nope out once your weaknesses were drawn. So thanks everyone who sat through it with us.
I think there might have been a little bit of what's it called, Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude, yeah.
Wait for other people to draw their weaknesses and like do the Nelson.
Aw, the sympathetic long distance. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. What are our tote bag options tomorrow? You know, I haven't fully. Okay, so let's talk about this because we're going to be streaming all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
The channel points. How much do we want those to be part of Iron Man? The thing. So I'm not going to put anything that actually affects the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing that affects the game.
The accents, much as I enjoy them and much as they produce fun moments, like sometimes if I get an accent that's super not natural to me, it takes up a lot of brain space to try to actually do it.
Chris Maka, when is Scott going to rethink the strategy? No, we're good. I switched from Mandy to Min a couple days ago, so that's enough.
Favorite show within a show, Bloodborne podcast. Yeah, I mean,
Guys, did we make a mistake going Coven? we make a mistake accepting our fate? So here's the thing I was thinking about this,
Oh god.
kind of a thematic.
Here we go.
No. This is not what you're thinking. But with Min accepting her fate, and kind of the unspoken rule-ish has been we're not repeating investigators in Iron Man. You know, like we pick new people every year. I think Agnes is our first repeat, but that's like, Justin, this is your first Iron Man. Like, I'm not repeating investigators. I kind of feel like Min accepting her fate, I will then never play Min again in Iron Man because now she's a Piper of Azathoth.
Like,
you know
that's
what I
our
mean?
canon ending for Min in the in the Mythos Busters mythos.
Yeah, like Min is gone. So yeah,
I dig that.
yeah. So I think accept your fate with Min, especially now that I have self-destructive. So self-destructive stays out. Every time I deal damage to an enemy, I take a damage.
Oh,
exactly. Yeah. I have one card in my deck that does damage.
Fucking forget softball. You're playing wiffle ball with that weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
So that, and then I also have the tower, which I have to get out. But once it's out, once those two weaknesses are out, the only thing I have left is the King in Yellow, which sucks. But I can play around it, right? Like, there's ways to manage it. So, yeah. Return to the Circle Undone. Min is back. She's here for payback.
She's here to commit cards and chew gum. She's all out of cards.
So she's just gonna chew bubblegum? Is that what's going on here?
Was that too late night a joke for everyone? I thought you guys would find that funnier than you did. There was a glaring silence for a second there.
Min is just standing there chewing gum.
I'm here to pipe and kick. Oh, pipe, yeah.
And I'm all out of pipes. I had to watch that movie.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. It's just under 12 hours away now. So
oh, that's a real reality I wasn't ready to reel on.
Yeah.
Well, it's 11 hours and 48 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be starting.
Gonna be good.
I'm gonna make sure I get up early. I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna like go for a walk.
Shower like a chump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? I can't go to bed. It's only 9 o'clock here, so.
No. Look, you absolutely can go to bed. I want that to be clear. I just know that I'm not gonna fucking do it. So does anyone want to like play Arkham or something?
No.
Worth a shot.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Marvel. I hear that's a good game.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and we're very, very, very excited for everyone's participation and how excited that everyone has gotten with us about Iron Man, because it is a really fun time. And like super sad that we can't do it in person. I'm missing seeing everyone that I've gotten to know over the years, and yeah,
that hurts.
It hurts, but it's nice. Like fucking half the chat I think I've met in person here, so it's good. Yeah. It's fine. It's the best we can do in 2020. I'm gonna take the wins where we can get them at this point.
Yep.
So I think we'll see everyone at 10 a.m. Central on this stream. We're gonna be starting our Iron Man. If you're streaming your own Iron Man, good luck and Godspeed. If you want to have us on in the background, we're super okay with that too. Otherwise, Sean showing up.
Show off your tattoo.
Oh, my tattoo. Okay, yeah, sure. Now's a decent time. It's still healing and a little bit gnarly, but you can kind of. I can see.
You know, I actually like the opposite side of that even more. Like I like the tattoo, but the tentacles on the other side of your arm are just. Wicked.
Yeah, no, it turned out really well. So for anyone who's not aware, our patrons, as a stretch goal, helped fund me first and then eventually Ian getting a Mythos themed tattoo. I basically took the design brief for both of the card backs for Arkham Horror and gave them to my tattoo artist and see what she came up with. So we got a portal opening up into the Mythos with tentacles coming out, and then it wraps over to my other side. This became a much bigger tattoo than I was intending, but it came out really well, so I'm only pleased with it. It's super rad. It's just
I cannot wait for everyone to see the videos.
My Cassie is my tattoo artist. If you feel like going and following her, she does good work. It's Cassie Pops on Instagram, but she is a fascinating woman. And yeah, we had some fun conversations. I feel like I've gotten 3 tattoos in like 2 years now because I didn't start until I was in my 30s. It's interesting because when you get to that point where you're on the table for a long period of time and you're just like in pain and a lot of your brain space is just going to managing the pain. Like you just get to this weird brain space, and I imagine like tattoo artists have to have like the best stories to tell aside from like therapists. Like people will just spill. So anyway, the videos for that will go up for patrons shortly after Iron Man. Well, when I finally have time to work on them. But anyway, pretty rad.
Big Kahuna is saying Haster stamp for Ian.
I think we settled on the king and ass only chaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
As like a pinup girl.
Brother Zagon is first Iron Man. Good luck.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of first time Iron Mans this year.
That is the one benefit to doing it virtually like this is people who can't make it to the IRL event, even if COVID weren't a thing. Now you can participate with us. So that's cool.
Justin?
Hey, speaking of, no, I wasn't raising my hand to like say I had something to say. It's like I'm first time Iron Man because it's nothing I would do otherwise. So that'll be fun. But I do have something to say. You mentioned if anybody else is streaming, shout out to there is the official Reddit thread about this and post a link to your stream there so others can see everything that's going on. They can jump back and forth. And then there's also in that post some reminders about posting on social media. Like let's make sure we're sharing this tomorrow, not just in Discord. Let's get the word out there. Also unlock some of the stuff from the FFG Play and Share campaign. It's gonna be real good.
Yeah.
Big
Kahuna asks, is there a strategy for breaks? Bathroom breaks, I think you...
them.
Yeah.
You can.
It's a big one, but take... Like, any bathroom breaks, like, take your turn, and then when you're not going to be effective on the board, like, run to the bathroom, come back kind of thing. Food, I think you prep a bunch in the morning and just have stuff you can throw in the microwave or eat at room temperature. And I think you probably do need to take 2 like good 15-minute breaks somewhere in Iron Man, maybe after scenario 3 and after scenario 6. Like but the key thing, and I've seen people mention this in chat too, is don't go do something else. Like don't be like, I'm going to throw in a load of laundry or I'm going to do whatever. Like I realize most of us are at home. Or I don't want to watch a YouTube video or something. Like go take a break, go outside, stretch or whatever, but be intent on coming back. Because if you're not, at the FFG Event Center, it's a little easier to come back because there's nothing else to do but play. But at home, there's a lot of distractions, which I think is going to be one of the biggest things this year is the home distractions. Because at least at FFG, you can just like hunker down, right? And I mean, I know there's tons of people that have kids, spouses, other people living with them, right? It's a different Iron Man environment this year.
It's the work from home equivalent of Iron Man. So yeah, everyone I guess be aware of your environment.
No, don't do a poop sock. That is a bad idea. Foss says prep fruits and veggies for snacks. Yeah, not junk food. Anything healthy will make you feel way better.
Damn.
Yeah. But
ship
like,
sailed on that.
Like Chris says in the chat as well. Yeah. A few benefits of the virtual Iron Man is there's no lines for the food or the bathroom.
This is true.
It's key.
You have to try to go on off-peak times.
Yeah.
Like
and
the
if you
kitchen is right outside my door, so that'll be nice.
My bathroom is 12 meters away. I think that's like 14 yards for you.
That's
Americans.
the other thing is since there's not a barrier of me handing money to someone at a counter to get my next beer, I'm really gonna have to make sure I'm on pace. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Maka says in chat, pace your alcohol.
I do not want to be destroyed by the time we hit scenario 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think my plan is to not drink until scenario 7. Like just
Ooh, 7? You're gonna push it that far?
Well, yeah, because to me, like, so
Can
I
we
want to be
reconvene
bright-eyed.
at 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
because well, the thing is, 7's going to be quick too, right? Like, so this is something we discussed at the beginning of the video, or I think it was before chat, before we went live. Scenario 7. I think the best way to go through it, that's Union and Disillusion, right?
Mhm.
No.
No, 7 is
Chaos?
Clutches of Chaos.
So, regardless of which way you're going, the best way is to actually just VP hunt and then resign. Because if you go for Carl Sanford or Annette, you get the -4 in the bag and 2 tally marks. But if you just VP hunt and then resign, you get 2 tally marks and no -4 in the bag. So that scenario, I think, can be really quick. And if we're running out of time, that's a like play 3 turns, see what VPs we can get, and then just peace out and go into back.
If we're fading at that point,
Yeah,
that's definitely one where we can just like slam the gas and get through it.
Yeah, I'm curious how it'll go. How our energy will be at that point.
no.
Brother Zagon in chat says he can play TTS on laptop, don't even need to leave the bathroom. And Mortal says sit on the black throne all day.
Or like chat up, right?
Upon the Black Throne.
And guys, should we wait until tomorrow when I put a post up about it, or should we talk about our 3 p.m. surprise?
Let's say now. People who have stuck around in chat this long deserve the surprise.
That's true. This is true.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow at 3 p.m. or right around there, it kind of depends on where we are. We're hoping it's about the halfway point of our run. We have a special guest who will be joining us on stream to talk about how we've done. I don't know, maybe lightly heckle us. I'm not sure. But it's going to be MJ Newman will be joining us.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll hop in and heckle and throw aspersions, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll love to heckle us. I think if it's 3 p.m., hopefully we're done wages by that point. Although, I don't know, secret name could be. There's that meme that goes around where it's like 3 hours through. It's like, whoa, we're halfway there. So
yeah, so our plan is around that time we'll be pinging MJ, and basically when we hit a good break, then they'll hop over. So just we'll watch for that. We'll post something in the Discord channel, but that's coming up in the afternoon, so that'll be a good time. Nice little break.
I think we'll probably we'll add everyone in the Farcom Discord when MJ's coming on, because I think that's like, I mean, people care or don't care about us playing, but having MJ
Those
come
are
on.
the two options.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you get the true Iron Man experience, because what's cool is MJ in Arkham Knight's Past, they normally have events they're actually running in the background. But MJ like comes out to Iron Man and stalks around the tables and makes comments.
laughs at our failure.
Yeah, he just gets involved. So it's gonna be cool. So we're gonna bring that part of the Iron Man experience to everyone virtually.
I blame my actions at one of the Iron Man, Carcosa Iron Man, for the tabooing of Key of Ease.
Yeah. Well, it certainly didn't help, Scott. We can at least definitively say that.
He was standing over our board, and I was looking to take a test, and we had gone conviction. Do we go conviction? What's the one where you say Haster and you take a horror?
Conviction.
Conviction is correct.
Did we make a mistake going conviction? Anyways, I was going to take a test. I was like, oh man, I'm only one up. I was like, hey, watch this. Haster, and put it both on Key of Ease, and then went 3 up on the test. And the rolling of MJ you could hear from across the room. So
it was pretty great. Pretty great. Well, guys, any closing comments before we wrap this sucker up and let everyone get their sleepy sleep in, their beauty rest, their brain times for Iron Man?
Last tip I can suggest is have your upgrades planned in advance. Like have I have a list, basically the order of the things I want to upgrade based on how much XP I have. and I find that's the easiest way to go. So when you get 6 XP, you look on your list like, okay, when I get up to 6 XP, I want to have these things upgraded, and you just do that, and you have also the cards you're taking out.
Yep.
Like plan each XP as you go. So in between games, you don't have to think. You've already made the decisions. Just do it.
Yep. Get your priorities in order at least. I find, like, getting probably way too far into it, but I find like having a couple of low level options where, like, if you're buying, you got 4 XP, you buy your level 3, and then you need another level 1 to round it out. Like, having those options is good, but
A magnifying glass to fill in the.
sure, whatever it happens to be. Although banking experience, I suppose. Delayed gratification is always an option.
Mm-hmm. If you have a big money, like exceptional, like 6 XP, 8 XP card, then you probably need to plan when you're gonna try to get that around so you can save XP for it.
Or like higher ed, because taboo. Yeah.
Although it's cheaper now.
It is. It's actually something I consider now, whereas when it was 8 XP, it was like, well, that's off.
Not gonna do that.
There is a brilliance with the taboo list about how MJ can just be like, all right, no one play this card for a little while, so y'all remember what the fuck the game's like without it.
You're on timeout.
And then, like, okay, now we'll bring it back to reasonable. Now you can have your toy back at a reasonable cost.
Ooh, Big Kahuna mentions stick to the plan first. You know what? That is a brilliant first upgrade.
The great first upgrade.
Because that essentially upgrades 3 other cards to me. And upgrades the effectiveness of your entire deck.
It's 3 free card draws of cards that you can specifically plan for. Like, it's
like 3 Studiouses that you choose.
Studios! I'll never not. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And we will see you. Check our so like I said, join the Farcom Discord if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys at 10 a.m. Central Time when we're going to be starting our campaign. We hope y'all have fun with yours, and good luck, everyone. Get the resolution you want, or die trying. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.